Cliff Jumper, commence countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Hello and welcome to Transformers ToyCast. I am your host, TFG1 Mike, and this is the 23rd episode, and I am joined by PecanCtMichael. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Yes, we would have been joined by a Lupus convoy tonight, but unfortunately Lupus mixed up the days. He thought we were doing this tomorrow evening, Thursday. We're recording this Wednesday, October 28th, I think? Yeah, 28th, yeah, okay. Sometimes I get my days mixed up. So, anyways,
if you can't get your day straight, then you can't really blame other people.
Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that, but anyway,
we'll catch him later. I'll catch him on the next one.
Yeah. So what's been going on with you? I don't even remember what the last show you was on. What? Yeah, what's been going on with you, sir?
Nothing. I think we discussed everything that was going on with me on the last podcast I was in, and I don't remember which one that was either.
Oh, yeah, you do. Now I do. Great. I remember now.
It's a great pumpkin.
You'll have to forgive me, folks. I have like six, maybe 7 podcasts to record in the next week and a half. So, yeah.
Yeah, see, you're a little too ambitious.
No, it's not being too ambitious. It's being able to get the schedule out on time, because a lot of those are pre-records for episodes that are supposed to come later on in November, where, people actually have lives, unlike me, and have holiday plans. I don't. Outside of, ordering pizza on Thanksgiving.
Oh, you're killing me.
Does that mean I get your Megatron if you die?
If I die, I will will it to you. I will talk to Chrissy, and we will change the will. Everything goes to my boys, except for Leader Class Animated Megatron, which will ship out to you.
Box, by the way, buried in the closet somewhere, like usual.
No, it's not in the closet. It's right here. I'll lean up against my wall. I've got a rather large stack of Leader Class Animated figures just stacked up against the wall. I'll eventually play with them, but right now I got too many boxes here that I just haven't bothered to open yet. I only got so much time,
Yeah, that's true.
I could open one a day for the next several weeks.
For the next several years, depending on how long it takes.
No, well, a week for the next several years, maybe, I don't know.
It's kind of like that Project 365 that kind of went by the wayside.
It never got done. Yeah, I think I got to about 212.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta start another one of those. I mean, there's no use in paying for the Flickr account if you're not gonna use it, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yep. So.
How's you?
I'm alright. Like I said, I've got to record about 6 or 7 different podcasts between now and next week. Money's coming in Friday, so I have to pay bills and all that happy crap. I'm going to attempt to go to Target Friday at some point, and according to Target.com, they do have, they don't have him online, but they do have Revenge of the Fallen Ravage, Deluxe Class Ravage, on available in the store that's up the street here. And if I go there on Friday and he's not there, I'm blaming you, and you will have to find me one.
You were so pushing it.
This morning that, well, what if they don't have it? What if they run out? And I said, if you jinx me right now, your ass is so going to be getting me one, or finding me one at least, and I'll just give you the money or whatever, because if they don't have it, I'm going to be pissed. If I go there Friday morning and they don't have it, I'm going to be super pissed.
Well, if you can't find, I know they have them around here.
Yeah.
And if you can't find one there, I'll pick one up for you.
Yeah. And on that note, this is also something I told you in off-air discussions, that if you mentioned to anybody about this, about the Revenge of the Fallen Ravage thing, I would kill you. Well, apparently, I've mentioned it myself now, so that's off the table.
Oh, good. Yeah, the death threat has been lifted. Yeah.
But the death threat is still there for the Megatron. So, but as far as the Ravage, it's lifted. But anyway,
Getting a Megatron?
yeah.
Oh, in the case that I die.
And
Yes,
leader class Megatron. Anyway.
Of course, we will have it added, and the lawyers will
yes,
add
exactly.
it in immediately.
Anyway, the only reason I want to justify myself here, because throughout the entire time that both movies have been out, I have said that I just completely hate the movie line. I would never buy it whatsoever. And that does still ring true when it comes to the actual robots, like, cars that transform from cars to robots. I'm sorry, you can make the greatest Leader Prime ever, and I would never buy it in the movie aesthetic. If you made a Leader movie Prime in G1 aesthetic, sure, I'd buy that.
I have it.
Well, shut up. But just the movie Prime and the way that it's made, as far as, and I've said this before, showing all the parts, and I understand that's the movie aesthetic, is to show all the working parts, or the inside part of the leg, or the mechanics of it. I just can't get behind that. But however, the Ravage, the deluxe class Ravage, looks really awesome, and and I really got to like that character from seeing the scenes in Revenge of the Fallen. So hopefully my target will have one, and I won't have to fly up to near Chicago and kick somebody's ass. Why is it every time that I say that I keep thinking of the end of Jay and Silent Bob? We're gonna kick some ass, and they go around to all the country and kick everybody's ass that badmouth them on the internet.
Do you think that would get a little expensive?
Yeah, well, they are making a whole bunch of money off that deal that they did with Banky. But anyway, that's a completely different thing. Yeah.
Different podcasts.
Yeah, exactly. Or different Smodcast, however you want to look at it. So yeah, this week has been alright. I actually have been kind of productive this week. I cleaned my oven. And I fixed my mom helped me fix my my bed, because apparently, which I did not know this, the other apartment I was living in, my bed was fine. Apparently when it got here and it got put back together, the bed rails are not the right size for the mattresses that I have. So we had to go get new bed rails. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much what's been going on with me. Still trying to get that special guest interview with a certain voice actor who I'm not going to be mentioning on air until it's actually confirmed that we actually have the interview. But Steve and I will be interviewing a voice actor hopefully soon. Most likely it'll be after the first of the year, and that will be featured on ATTF at some point. We just don't know yet, because I haven't heard back from his agent, so I gotta call his agent tomorrow and figure that out.
Exciting stuff.
Yes, exciting stuff. So, getting into the toy discussion, continuing with my trend of doing the Mighty Muggs, or talking about the Mighty Muggs, tonight is going to be Mighty Muggs Megatron. And as always, even though the boxes for these things are pretty much the same except with the different, robot designs on them, again, looks really, really cool. Actually, all of these, as I've said before, have their face on the top of the box, and Megatron has this look on his face like, the fuck is wrong with you, Starscream? It's like this just deep, deep frown. I showed it to you on video before we started recording this, and it's just really, really cool. Megatron, the Mighty Mugg Megatron, I do not think looks very well. He's best with his head just straight ahead looking at you. I've tried turning his head and posing him different ways, and I don't know, it just doesn't look right to me at all. It just doesn't. His head does turn 360 degrees like they all do. And this one doesn't actually have the popping noise that the Soundwave had in the last episode. So that's good. The colors on him are silver. Well, it's actually light gray, dark gray, black, red, and yellow, and he's got the purple Decepticon logo on his chest. Main complaint about him is that they use on his head. They use two different colors. I mean, I understand two different colors, like in the inside part of his face, but on his actual head they use a dark gray and a light gray, and it kind of, I don't know.
Yeah. Like they divide him right down the middle of the face, and half of his helmet is dark gray.
Yeah.
And the other half of his helmet is kind of silver.
And then like on the very top of his head, no, seriously,
It's a target.
no, it's not a target. Close, but the dark gray matches the light gray on the left side of his head. So the dark gray is on the top of his head, and then the light gray is on the dark gray is on the left-hand side of the top of the head, and the light gray is on the right-hand side. So it's almost like they're mirror imaging the colors.
It helps to have a picture.
I showed you the video.
I know. I'm just saying that.
I know.
You know,
if
people were listening and they were like, "What the hell is Mike Blanchard talking about?"
Oh,
they could look at a picture.
Well, they could go to Google and Google it, or they can go to YouTube and.
I'd be willing to bet that you're going to have a YouTube video pointing at the top of his head, going, "Look, people."
No, that was only for Soundwave because I didn't know what the hell it was. Like I said in the last episode, I thought it was an X marks the spot type of thing, but it wasn't. I'm not going to do a YouTube video with. No. He does come with his fusion cannon. I have a slight problem with them calling it a blaster on the back of the box, but us true fans know that it's a miniature version of his fusion cannon.
Kind of a stubby version.
Yeah, pretty much. Very, very stubby, but. And actually, you know what? I'm very surprised that the barrel, the inside of the gun barrel, is not orange.
Oh, they didn't go that extra mile, huh?
Ooh.
No, I think that you're just looking at him. I think they did a really nice job with the paint. They went very G1, kept his elbows and the sides of his midriff there are both red.
Mm-hmm.
I dig that. They put little lines on his hands to indicate, fingers and knuckle joints.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the venting on either side of his abdomen.
Yeah.
Which was mostly a sticker in the G1 version.
Right. He's got the rifle thing, kind of, even though it's painted on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On his back?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, I haven't seen his back yet.
Oh, well, I'll have to show it to you afterwards. Legs.
Put it on the YouTube video.
No, I'm not going to put it on a YouTube video. I'll just turn the fucking video on in Skype. His legs are very shiny. It feels like a different material than the upper torso. I mean, it's glossy, almost. I don't know.
I kind of get the impression, since these guys are made of vinyl, they're going to feel weird and have like a weird sheen to them anyway.
No, not all of them. It's just his like lower legs. It's just his legs that have the weird. I mean, it's not really weird. It's kind of like a gloss, and the rest of it's hard plastic.
Oh.
I guess it's hard.
Yeah. See, being made out of that vinyl material, I would almost wonder if they smell like a Halloween costume.
Well,
with that weird PVC smell.
Since I don't know what a Halloween costume smells like.
You don't know what the PVC plastic smells like? It's a Halloween costumes are made out of?
No.
Okay. It's a very distinctive smell. You would know it if you smelled it.
Okay, well, I was going to say, I don't make it a habit out of smelling Halloween costumes.
Well, I mean, it's like one of my favorite childhood memories, and when I was little, was putting on a Halloween costume. The kind that had like a mask in the front with the holes, and then the costume was literally like a big piece of plastic that you draped over yourself, and it always smelled like PVC.
Mm-hmm. Overall, Megatron is very, very cool.
Moving right along.
Yeah. Shut up. I said overall, I'm really digging this guy. I think he's a good addition. And, I believe it was you that said in the last episode that you're not really liking the Mighty Muggs as far as them, being playable toys. And I think I told you that I like them for the more novelty value.
Yeah.
To me, they're more of a display piece than they are actual playable toys. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Because you are a parent. It says on the box, ages 6 and up. Now, why? This thing does not come with, any small pieces, alright? I mean, the gun, it's a miniaturized version of the gun, and I don't know, maybe they consider that a small piece, I don't know. But why would they do that as ages 6 and up, where most of the deluxes from any toy line are ages 5 and up? And some of those have small pieces. I'm sure, I don't have a deluxe box in front of me, but I'm sure they say, maybe hazardous for small children or whatever. It doesn't say that on here at all. But why the age difference?
It might just be arbitrary. I've got deluxe here, and it says ages 5 and up.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, it might be company policy with the company that licensed the rights from Hasbro. It may be, they're worried because that fusion cannon is probably, maybe 2 inches? Half an inch around? Little kids could probably easily swallow that and choke on it. I wouldn't want my 1-year-old playing with it. Arguable whether or not my 3-year-old should grab a hold of something that small.
Right.
But I'd say 5. Fine. I've seen a lot of 5-year-olds masterfully transform actual figures, let alone these Pillsbury Doughboy looking things. They do, don't they?
Shut up. I'm not really trying to debate the age issue. I'm just asking, why would every other type of toy line that Hasbro has, or whoever has these rights for these to give Hasbro the rights to make these, why would it have ages 5 and up, but these are ages 6 and up?
Well, again, I think it's a company decision. Hasbro didn't make these.
Yeah.
These were made by another company who got the rights from Hasbro. It's entirely possible that all of the figures that they make from this mold, or similar figures, would be a G.I. Joe or whatever other rights they have,
right.
They may all be 6 and up.
And
maybe some of them are more dangerous than others.
I highly doubt that.
One never knows.
Yeah, I highly doubt that. Overall, I would say, as I've said with all the Mighty Muggs, if you're a fan of Megatron, or if you're a fan of the G1 cartoon, you liked the Megatron design, go find him. You're probably going to have to find him on eBay now. I seriously doubt these are still in stores.
If you like Cabbage Patch Kids, dolls with giant heads in general.
Shut up. Mr. Negativity over there doesn't like... Mr. Completionist must like every Transformer ever made, like the Mighty Muggs, gentlemen.
Well, oddly, I like these better than some of the movie line toys. But, like you, there's a lot of movie line toys that I'm just not going to buy.
Yeah, but these aren't movie line. These are Mighty Muggs. They're different.
Well, I know, but that just makes them a sub-line that I won't be collecting.
Yeah, but...
Kind of like the movie line.
You count the movie line as a sub-line?
Well, it's kind of like I like them. I don't like the movie line, but I do like certain characters. Like, I have every incarnation of Swerve. So when the movie line had a red repaint of Sideswipe as Swerve, I said, I'm going to buy that Swerve. I don't like Mighty Muggs, but I have every incarnation of Jazz. So when the Jazz comes out, I'll most likely buy one. It'll go in the closet, and I'll never open it, but I'll own it. That's where the completionist comes in.
Yes, but the whole point is to display majority of them, isn't it?
I do have the majority of them displayed. I have a few Jazzes right here on my desk. It's just the ugly ones are gonna go in the closet.
Would that include Freeway Jazz?
No. In fact, I'll probably put him on my shelf.
You're putting him on the shelf?
Along with the other jazz.
Oh, God.
Well, yeah, I'm weird like that. I like to have my repaints sitting side by side.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So I can see them and how they look different.
I can see them and how they look different. Yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, would that make sense?
I guess it does make sense. I'm not a fan of the Freeway Jazz at all, just because of the colors.
These movie colors.
Yes, I know he's movie colors.
Makes him even less desirable.
Yes, exactly. Movie Jazz got ripped in half, so which I actually noticed a parallel to Transformers 1 and Transformers 2, which I will be pointing out. I'll point it out now here, but I'll point it out also when Steve and I review both movies on All Things Transformers. Movie 1, Megatron ripped Jazz in half. Movie 2, Bumblebee rips Ravage in half. It's true!
Yeah.
You can't...
There were a lot of instances of Autobots not acting very Autobotly. Exactly.
Well, again, this isn't our Transformers. This isn't the G1 universe or the Beast Wars universe or animated whatever.
The Bayverse.
Yeah, this is the year of the Bayformers.
Bayformerverse.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we don't want to get down that rat hole. I mean, we still have Beast Machines Megatron to talk about.
Yes, and actually, I got confused when we were doing this off air, talking about this when you were going to decide on what you were going to talk about tonight. I thought you were going to talk about the figure that I absolutely cannot stand of Megatron, which is the Red Dragon Beast Wars version. I don't know why I can't stand it. It just doesn't.
The Transmetal 2 Ultra
Yeah.
Megatron.
Yeah.
Big Red. See, I have the Red Dragon. I really like the Red Dragon. In fact, I used to have him on my desk at work. This was a few jobs ago, and I won't go into which job it was. I worked for a large entertainment company in Chicago.
Well, yeah,
And
that job.
that job, yeah.
Wait a second. They let you bring a Transformer to that job? Holy crap. You must be a real geek to bring a Transformer to that job.
A bunch of us had, the IT crowd, that I work with, a bunch of us had toys on our desks. And one of the ones that I had here was, the Transmetal 2 Megatron. Really, really liked him. And, he was just terribly cool. I've even got the black and gray knockoff. Because he's terribly cool looking in black and gray, too. But that's not the one I'm covering today.
Yes, you're covering Beast Machine's Red Dragon Megatron.
Yeah, I can see how it would be confusing.
Yes.
So basically, and you've watched Beast Machines, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically in Beast Machines, you've got the Red Dragon Megatron, who was captured at the end of the Beast Wars. Mm-hmm. He gets loose, and he shrouds himself in this big metallic shroud-looking thing, like a cape almost.
Right.
It was kind of metal and bluish. And then when he gets agitated and angry, the cape kind of flies away, and look, underneath is Red Dragon Megatron, who looks pretty much exactly as he did in the Beast Wars, except better CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I forget what year it was. I think it might have been 99. I went to a BotCon, and they had the Hartman brothers, back then used to bring their entire collection, which was every Transformer ever made mint in box. Mm-hmm. And they would line them all up in a showroom. Mm-hmm. So you could literally go 1984, 1985, 1986, all the way down the row to the present and see all these mint in box Transformers. And, that is, number one, terribly cool.
Yeah.
Number two, by the time you got to the end, you get to the newer ones, and guess who they had mint in box was Beast Machine's Megatron, who hadn't come out yet.
Oh.
And the fact that he was, the Red Dragon, who's had the cowl, the cape around him. I thought that was the coolest thing ever, and it was one of those I must own him. Yeah.
You bought the Minton box and took it out of the box?
No. Well, when they came out in the stores a few months later.
Yeah, I thought you meant you bought it at the convention.
Oh no, those weren't available. I don't know how the hell Hartman got a hold of one, but they had connections, I'm assuming. But when they did come out, I got him, and this guy isn't much bigger than what you'd consider a deluxe today. I mean, in the shroud, wrapped up, he's about the size of a car, maybe a little bit bigger. But they didn't consider him a deluxe size, or at that point, they call him deluxe still. Yeah, so he was a deluxe. They called him a mega, which was considered probably a little bit smaller or so than what the Voyagers are today. Yeah. So he was in a goodly sized box for a figure his size, but ran right out and got him, and wasn't completely disappointed with him once I got him, because I was kind of expecting a smaller version of Beast Wars Red Megatron in a cape, right?
Right.
And to a certain extent, they do a really good job, in his robot mode. They do a really good job of molding him to look like the dragon. He's got one arm that's the dragon head, and it looks a lot like the dragon head. And it's got a gimmick in it where it's spring-loaded, so if you pull it back, there's gears that make his mouth open and close, which is kind of cool. The other arm is actually, instead of having a shield on it like the original Beast Wars version did, he's got his tail there. And the tail is molded in translucent yellow plastic and has the claw thing that the old Beast Wars version had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, the Beast Wars version had the translucent tail with the claw at the end. And, he's got, his chest has this, kind of turquoise-ish centerpiece that's supposed to mimic the blue ball he had, or the colored ball that the old one had. And his feet and legs are molded to look just like the old one, or the previous version. So he's kind of like a mini version of the Beast Wars Transmetal 2 Ultra.
Oh, okay.
Kind of neat. Again, missing gimmicks like the launcher in his mouth, and spring-loaded wings, things like that. You could get that in an ultra-sized toy that you're just not going to get in a smaller one.
No.
And his head, as opposed to being, the Beast Machines or Beast Wars head, looked more like the helmet, the control helmet that Megatron had in Beast Machines.
Oh.
And the control helmet later on in the series becoming the giant floating ship that they made Megabolt Megatron into.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yes.
I think I like that giant floating head better than the actual.
I think I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The chest actually has a little compartment that opens up, and you can see his spark crystal underneath.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so kind of neat. I mean, it's a fairly close facsimile of a much bigger toy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I will ever own any of the Beast era toys. I don't know. I've seen YouTube reviews on some of the characters I liked, and the toys just don't live up, I don't think.
Some of them do, some of them don't. It depends on which ones. But again, in robot mode, you can swing he's kind of got his giant gray wings around him, which are supposed to be his, the wings from the Beast Wars version, but not really, because they kind of turn into this cape that goes around, the electronic cape that goes around him.
Mm.
And that's it's kind of neat. On my display case, I've actually got him in cape mode, so the cape wraps around him completely. So all you see is the cape and his head at the top, and the only thing they're missing is the cables coming out of the control helmet, stringing up into wherever they go.
Right.
Yeah, so that would be kind of neat. In Dragon, I mean, he has a dragon mode, kind of like the original. And when he's in Dragon mode, and I'm fiddling with him right now, so here we go, getting his legs back in place. But when he's in Dragon mode, again, he looks a lot like the Beast Wars version.
Yeah. As I said to you off air, the only real, I like the idea of the robot version, the cape with the head and all that stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
As far as animal modes from Megatron and Beast Wars, I like the Transmetal 2 Purple T-Rex the best. The Red Dragon just didn't really do anything for me at all.
Doesn't do it. See, now, I always liked the Red Dragon. I didn't like the Purple Dinosaur.
Now, the original Purple Dinosaur I did not like. I'm talking about the Transmetal 2 Purple, the glossy, darker purple, after he went Transmetal.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, I didn't like that one.
See, I like that one. I didn't like the very first one where he's like all light and girly purple. I didn't like that.
Yeah. Well, in retrospect, the first dinosaur toy, the purple one, was a really nice toy. I mean, it's got a lot of neat features on it. The original leader size Optimus Primal was a really nice toy too.
Yeah.
I just didn't dig the Transmetal version of Megatron because they downsized him and made him smaller, and he didn't have a lot of his gimmicks. And the one gimmick he did have, which was like flight mode. What the hell is that? His hips splay out and there's fans on them? That's really lame. I didn't like that one. I kind of liked the Japanese version because it was a different color. But, I mean, aside from that novelty, I just didn't dig that particular toy all that much.
Right.
But no, I always liked the Red Dragon version. And again, here we have this Red Dragon. And in Dragon mode, yeah, reasonable facsimile of the dragon. He's got his little stubby arms on the sides. He's got his long neck. Again, if you bob it up and down, his mouth opens up and down. The legs are about the same. The tail is about the same. It's not articulated like the last one was. And he's got these big old wings. So yeah, he's a neat toy. I dig him.
Yeah, I'm looking at him here from the link you sent me, and
the pictures?
No.
No, you don't like him?
I don't know.
Well, again,
I mean,
he's a little bit bigger than a deluxe class toy. There's not a whole lot you can do with this guy. The fact that he's got this movie, but he's got the TV show accurate cape around him with the head, and then that would then turn into the robot mode.
Right.
It looks, or I should say, I believe in the cartoon,
the cape
the cape came off and he was a dragon underneath.
Right. But in the show, if the cape came off, he was in beast mode.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because with the cape on, he was in robot mode.
Right.
One of the reasons why I don't like this is as far as the toy is because
there shouldn't be a robot mode under the cape.
No, that's not it.
Okay.
There shouldn't be yellow on the fucking cape. It was not yellow in the I mean, technically the cape mode is not it's show accurate as far as having the cape, but just the way the cape looks is not show accurate.
Right. I see what you're getting at. There was a McDonald's Happy Meal toy that came out at roughly the same time, where it was very similar in that you had a cape. It was basically a cylinder, right? Like a shell former, but the cylinder was like this cape, and it was all very dark blue, and it had the Megatron head with the control, the Megabolt head on top of it, and the shell former would split open, and the sides, the cape would actually become these horrible half-a-cylinder wings, and inside was a dragon.
Oh.
And the dragon looked, the whole thing looks like crap. But it's a Happy Meal toy. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. In fact, I'll send you that picture too. There you go. It's translucent. They actually paint the red wings inside of the cape, and I don't really think there's even any arms. it's like the whole thing just kind of bends over and the neck extends. So it's not a very, again, not a very good toy, but if you're worried about, the cape doesn't look right, or the shroud isn't right, well, the shroud looks a lot better on the toy, the McDonald's toy.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as, this guy goes, I thought he looked really, I mean, as far as you're going to get with this size class, I thought the cape looked good. I thought and especially, the fact that, there's a dragon underneath, and the dragon looks fairly close to the original, except smaller, and he actually turns into a robot. So, I mean, you're getting a lot of value there.
Yeah.
It's just, if you're expecting everything to be show accurate, then no.
But I'm gonna send you a picture of the show accurate, what it's supposed to look like as far as the colors and stuff. And if you look at that picture, his feet are wrapped. Even though the picture cuts off at his feet, to me it looks like his feet are wrapped up inside of it. So yeah, I understand that's not physically. It's kind of physically stupid to do that for a toy, but just I don't know. It's the same deal I have with the movie aesthetics. I just don't like it. I don't know. I think it's.
I think he looks good there. I forgot he had arms on the outside. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But so I think this would have been neat if he would have had arms on the outside.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like I said, or like you said, it can't always be show accurate, but
yeah. No. Well, I don't think any of the Beast Machine's toys were really very show accurate. When they reissued them in Japan, they did a really good job with the paint jobs.
Right.
But as far as the U.S. version goes, not so much.
Is Optimal Optimus show accurate at all?
Optimal, yeah. I believe so.
I'm gonna have to look him up really quick.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fairly good toy. He's too complicated.
Oh well.
I mean, he's got modes that I've never even seen him in. So.
Got modes that you've never even seen him in.
Honestly, I've got 3 Optimal Optimuses, and I've got them in 2 modes. I've never put one in car mode before. I've got one in ape mode and a couple of them in robot mode, and never put one in car mode. And I think he's got another one like jet mode. I don't think I've put him in jet mode either.
No, when did Optimal Optimus came in at the end of Beast Wars, right? Okay.
He's the Transmetal 2
right.
Optimus.
Let me actually look up. Let's see if I can.
There we go. Oh. I've got Megatron back in his robot mode, or I should say, Dragon/robot mode, and his arms, his little dragon arms, kind of fold up into his midsection, and they kind of look like red intestines with claws on them, which is kind of spooky, scary.
It's kind of that's kind of creepy.
Kind of creepy.
Very, very creepy.
Creepy. Here, I'm gonna wrap his cape back around him. There he goes. Yeah. So even when he's got his cape wrapped around him, you still have these little dragon feet poking out the bottom.
Yeah, I don't like that. That sucks.
Yeah, but I can kind of understand the reason they made his cape look more like wings that were wrapped around him.
Yeah.
Because they become wings. They flap out, and molded into the inside are actually like veins. So it looks like almost like the inside of the dragon wings.
Oh right. I mean, I agree with that, and it's fine for the toy, but again, show accuracy.
Very accurate. Yeah.
Here is the link for the Optimal Optimus pictures. These are from the show. The third one down is of him in car mode. In the show, not the actual toy, but that's him in car mode there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that is fairly accurate to the toy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so you've got robot mode, and then the jet mode, and then the car mode, and then the gorilla mode.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's, again, fairly complicated.
Yeah, I would assume he would be, but I don't know, for some odd reason, I really like the Optimal Optimus. I don't know if it's from the fact that I like the toys. Ooh, his Robot Heroes is kind of ugly. It's because I kind of want the Optimal. But it's just ugly.
I don't think I got the Robot Heroes. I've got the Titanium.
Oh, do you?
Where is he? He should be up on top of my desk. Yeah, there he is. That's the Optimal Optimus Titanium version. And he looks kind of neat. He looks pretty good.
His Titanium Series 1, the 3-inch die-cast ones, that looks...
Oh, I've got the 6-inch on top of my desk.
Oh, do you?
But, yeah, the 3-inch is probably somewhere in the closet. I have a lot of the 3-inches. They're all in the closet. I was going to get rid of those. I couldn't sell them for nothing, so I didn't bother.
I'm not sure if I like his BotCon thing from Dawns of Futures Past box set. The truck monkey.
I'm not sure which one that is.
2006 set. It's a redeco and retool of Cybertron Crumple Zone, Avalon. Optimus Primal transforms into 3-wheeled Cybertron race car with huge turbine thrusters.
Oh, the BotCon one.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah, no, I like that.
Maybe it's just the colors aren't really, they're not really catching me, I guess.
Oh, no, I like that one. Yeah. I mean, that set sold out. That's a hard set to find.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
I was going to say, I just put him back in my shelf, and with the lights on, you can see he's got some really nice light piping in his helmet.
Oh.
So his eyes are very glowy. Very cool.
Yeah, here is the just a picture.
You're going to have to put all these up on the site, too, so people can see them.
The hell I am, you are. There's the there's the link for the Robot Heroes version of Primal. But anyway, back.
Oh, okay. No, that's not. Yeah, that's not Optimal Optimus. That's
No, it's not Optimal Optimus. It's
Bot.
it's Optimus Primal. But I don't know if I like those colors on that character.
Those are his colors. That's. Oh, I should say those are the colors that his actual toy is.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure exactly if that's the colors of the TV version, but that's the colors of the toy. Actually, I have one of those sitting right here. In fact, this is the one that this is the one that Gary Chalk signed.
Oh, cool.
And I said, Gary Chalk, will you sign my monkey?
No, you did not.
He totally did. And the people that were behind me in line just started cracking the hell up. And I turned around and went, oh.
Oh, wow.
I realized everyone was kind of listening to me there. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool toy. I got him in hand now. And again, this was fantastic. He's got a lot of gimmicks. But I suppose I will get into those in a different show.
Copy. Here's my, this is what I want for Christmas.
You should really announce it so people can.
Oh, wow. He's not completely show accurate, but he still looks.
Oh, that's the Japanese one.
Is it?
Yeah. The American version was blue. Hey, let me look at him here. Yeah, he's kind of translucent blue, but his shoulders are orange, and his arms are kind of red, and his hands are kind of red, but he looks nothing like that. Now, this was the Japanese one that came out years later, and they wanted to make him more, cartoon accurate.
Well, then that's the one I want.
Oh, good luck. Yeah.
What do you mean, good luck?
I mean, he's ridiculously expensive.
Are you serious?
No, the Japanese ones that came out were called Beast Wars Returns.
Yeah.
And those came out 2005, and he was
It was only available at
I want to say even the small ones that came out were like $35, and then the bigger ones like the Rat Chap repaint. I mean, those were way up there.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that though. I mean, because I think I've seen, because I looked for him here on Wiki. I looked up Silverbolt as far as the toys, and they only list the Beast Wars first version, and then the Beast Machines basic, which is copy. It's this one, and it doesn't look right at all. His arms are friggin' orange, and it's not show accurate whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, this was yeah, that's the one that came out in the U.S.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Not show accurate.
No.
The purple one is that one's damn near pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of pink.
Well,
Fuchsia might be the word.
For what, the U.S. or the Japanese version?
The Japanese one. Yeah,
Yeah,
fuchsia.
oh, but I mean,
Polish
still,
wings.
it's still cool looking. At least they got the head color right this time around. Because if you look at the American version of that, his head is friggin' blue. If you go up on the Silverbolt Beast Wars page to where his Beast Machine image is, his face is supposed to be purple. So, they fucked it up.
Yeah, I'm looking online now. It looks like Beast Wars Returns Black Arachnia you can get for $50. Beast Wars Returns Cheetor you can get or Cheetos you can get for $33. Then there's the Tank Drone, which is a slightly less dark version of the American one. It's $35, and that one's barely a basic.
But what about Silverbolt? Fuck all the other characters.
I don't see any. Yeah, I don't see any Silverbolt.
He was also done with Transmetal Megatron for Robot Heroes, but it's the original Beast Wars design. It's the gray and blue and greenish gold or whatever it is.
Yeah, on the TF Wiki, Beast Wars Returns doesn't have its own, toy line row. It's just, I guess they just tack that toy on with the regular toy line.
Which is fine.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if there was a link that would take you directly to the, the Japanese versions.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I like the, and it's not often that I like a lot of the Japanese redecos. It just isn't. But no, I don't ask me why. I don't know. Just sometimes I'm not a big fan of repaints.
I used to buy them all.
Gotta catch them all.
Oh yes, that's basically what it was. Like I must buy every last one.
Gotta catch them all. So I think we are going to end this unless you have any final thoughts on your selection over there.
No. I mean, I wouldn't say, hey, he's a must-have. You got to go get him. But as far as your Beast Machines line, he's a nice addition.
Yes. So, before we go, I should mention the call to action for you, the fans and listeners. Between now and November 10th, and I'm going to have Steve put this episode up this Friday, the 30th of October. Between October 30th and November 10th, send your 1-minute MP3 files to tftoycast@gmail.com telling us what's your number one favorite Transformers toy ever. And we will air those on episode 25. My idea for episode 25 is it's basically going to be a fan show. So any of the listeners, any of the old co-hosts can either call into the voicemail line, which is 502-526-5821, or they can email us MP3s if they want to do it that way. It's more than fine.
And you're going to record that from the phone? Or the voicemail, I should say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
And I would say that, I would be more worried about, what happens if it's long distance? But, you can call from your cell phone, and there is no such thing as long distance on a cell phone.
Not anymore, no, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, as long as you have access to a cell phone, you could call and leave messages with impunity.
Yes, unfortunately, Skype does not offer 800 numbers for actual online, because Skype has two different types of subscriptions that you can buy. They have where you can call people, which, like U.S. and Canada or Europe or whatever, that's a subscription. Plus, and that comes with voicemail and everything else. And plus, they have to where people can call you, which is online number. It's kind of like a Google Voice number, basically.
That's kind of neat, yeah. So basically, any messages that are left are going to be left on Skype?
Right.
Already recorded?
Right.
Very nice.
And what I will then do is I will open Audacity, I'll hit play on the message, I'll hit record on Audacity, and it will record it into MP3 format. But if people want to just make an MP3 themselves, they can do that. If they don't feel like calling into the voicemail line, that's more than fine. Send those to tftoycast@gmail.com. The deadline is November 10th, 2009. As of right now, we'd need 19 people to call in. So I don't exactly know what the numbers are for this show as far as subscribers, but I know there are a few fans and former co-hosts on Twitter that I've been talking to about it, and they're going to be doing some stuff, as well as, even the current co-host can call in, and it's basically just going to be, us playing the call-ins or the MP3s. I will do the intro, outro, and that's what my goal for episode 25 is to have it run 25 minutes. I know that's going to be extremely hard, but I want to get it to close to 25 minutes as possible. I don't know, it's just a cheesy idea being the 25th episode, and honestly, on a programming note, we're probably going to be, after episode 25, depending on what goes on with me throughout the rest of the end of 2009, ToyCast is probably going to be cut back to its original inception of once a month. Just because I have so much other podcasting stuff that I have to do as far as research and stuff like that, because as ToonCast and MWire go along, I'm finding the more research I have to do. Because the more and more films that we're reviewing on MWire and shows that we're reviewing on ToonCast actually require more research than usual, so... And I have to find it in like 6 different places. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying ToyCast is a fairly easy show to do. You basically just pick a toy and talk about it. They're really, we've sat here over the last half hour, 45 minutes doing some research on different different figures as we're going along. But, just actually prepping for the show, it's not that hard to do. But yeah, after episode 25, ToyCast will probably go back to being once a month. Maybe it will pick up, maybe it won't, I'm not really sure. I don't have a set ending time for this show, because there's always going to be Transformers toys. For the majority. Unless Hasbro blows up or something, I don't know.
Until you run out.
Yeah, well...
I'm going to have to send you one of my Optimal Optimuses then.
Aha! I got an idea! You can make it a 2-pack! Optimal Optimus and Leader Class Megatron! Ha-ha!
Well, if I had 3 of those, I might think about it, but since I don't...
You have 2 of them!
2? What?
You have Shadow Blade and you have regular. You have 2. Two Megatron.
You know better than that.
Come on!
You know better than that.
Anyways, as far as the MP3 things, as of right now, we have one person that has has emailed us an MP3. We need 19 other fans or listeners to call in or make an MP3 yourself and send it to tftoycast@gmail.com. The deadline is November 10th, 2009.
Here's a question.
Yes.
As far as these, do you intend to have 20 of them 1 minute long, back to back to back to back? I mean, are you going to introduce each one and say, oh, this one was sent by Malunas, or this one was sent by Pia, and then play it, or should people introduce themselves?
They can
in the recording.
Themselves. That's the point. That's the point of me saying it's 1 minute long. It gives them enough time to introduce themselves. Say, hey, I'm going to be I think you follow him on Twitter, Stupid869.
Yeah.
He was the one that sent me one first. He said, hey, this is Stupid869 from Twitter, and I'm going to be talking about whatever he talked about. Obviously, I'm not going to tell on the air.
Yeah, it'll spoil it. But I was actually going to call and just say, hey, my favorite one was this. And it occurred to me, well, maybe I should introduce myself, or I wasn't sure if you were going to do it for me, or if you were going to introduce all of them. And I thought, hey, wouldn't it be a good idea to clarify that online?
All right. Just like when we do in the outro, when I say, hey, this is the voicemail, call it on each episode, say what show you're leaving the message for, and make sure you leave your name. As far as the MP3 files, I thought, some sort of common sense here for people. You leave your name, you say what your favorite TF is. That's it. So you say your name, you say what your favorite TF is, make sure it's 1 minute or less. I would like them all to be 1 minute, but I know that not everybody can talk for an exact full minute. That's why there's going to be other additional audio like intro, outro music. And the way I'm actually going to do it is I'm going to get a digital call, like a digital dialer sound effect, like no,
yeah,
like
I see what you're getting at, yeah,
like phone tones, and then it's going to go into the first one, and then I'm going to just use the TFG1 transition to transition through each of them. And then at the end of it, it's going to have like a phone hang-up.
Yeah.
Type of deal. I may actually even find the Metal Gear Solid phone pickup and hang-up. I don't know why, I just think that's a cool sound. But anyway, so November 10th is your deadline, people. Get those MP3s emailed into tftoycast@gmail.com or call into the voicemail number 502-526-5821. Have any other questions before I go into the official outro, sir?
Yeah, well, I hate to beat a dead horse here, but you want it to be 25 minutes long, and you're going to do 21-minute reviews from fans. You're probably going to have 2 minutes of intro, 2 minutes of outro, and yet, for some reason, I think you were still planning on reviewing one yourself.
No, I'm not.
You're not going to do Megatron? Or Optimus, I should say?
Oh.
Mighty Muggs Optimus? You're gonna save him for 26.
Oh, crap. Damn it.
You did mention it, so...
Off air. Anyway, we'll talk about this off air. Anyway.
All right. I'm just, again, I'm just bringing it up.
This will be...
Put that past you.
Man, you're ruining my vibe. Thank you for joining us, ToyCast. There are several ways to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show. The first, you visit www.geekcastradio.com and find all the other GCRN podcasts there. Second is you can stop by PredaconEmpire.com/CafeSpark and you get all your GCRN/Transformers discussion topics there. Third, you can leave the show feedback on iTunes. I did not check this before this episode. I believe last time I checked it was at pretty much, as far as the star feedback, it was all 5 stars.
I just left 4-star feedback, actually, because that Mike Wilson guy keeps interrupting you, and he sucks. I just couldn't justify giving you 5-star feedback over him.
Yeah, well, I have comedy relief going. Anyways, the fourth is you can visit the www.earth-2. Find our threads for the shows in the self-promotion section. And the fifth is the email address, which is tftoycast@gmail.com. We now have a voicemail line. Call us and leave us your thoughts on each episode. Be sure to say what show you're leaving the message for and your name. The number is 502-526-5821. You can follow us on Twitter. The show name there is TFToycast. Mine is TFG1Mike, and what is your Twitter?
Mine is PecanCtMichael, PecanCtMichael.
Well, USC.
Mickey Mouse.
Enjoy this episode of Transformers ToyCast, and wish you'll join us next time. For now, I am TFG1Mike with
Michael Wilson.
Singing immortal words of Optimus Prime, transform and roll out, and thank you for listening. Until next time.